Howdy, folks. You like blood, violence, freaks of nature?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about The House of a Thousand Corpses. So, House of a Thousand Corpses is a very special movie for me personally because I remember that I saw the movie when I was like, or not the whole movie, but I saw some scenes when I was like 10 or 11 years old. And it kind of scarred me, you know? I thought that it was like the most wild thing ever made. Now looking back at it, this movie is not really that, hard to watch. It's actually kind of tame when you compare it to its sequel, for example, The Devil's Rejects. But back then I was just terrified by this movie. So then when I saw it when I was like 16 or 17, I appreciated the movie much more for what it is. It is an amazing grindhouse cool horror movie, Now, this movie is made by Rob Zombie, and, there are two types of people that have opinions about Rob Zombie. He's either a genius or he's, a really bad person that doesn't know how to make movies. Uh, Listen, I love Rob Zombie, and I do love his movies, and I think that his style is very unique. The way he writes dialogue is very unique. The way he just makes movies is very unique. And again, he got so much hate, not just for House of a Thousand Corpses, but essentially for every movie that he makes. He always gets so much hate. And I get that, for some people, his movies might be just a little too trashy. But for me personally, I love his movies, And again, House of a Thousand Corpses is his first feature film, and it is amazing. So, this movie is about teenagers that are sort of driving through Texas, and they stop at a gas station of one and only Captain Spaulding. And honestly, Sid Haig, who portrayed Captain Spaulding, is a legend. This guy is an absolute legend. The performance that he gives as Captain Spaulding is captivating, it's terrifying, and it's just totally awesome. His museum is also pretty cool, and the whole first act that contains Captain Spaulding is just so amazing. And again, I love Captain Spaulding, and looking back at it, it's a shame that he wasn't in the movie that much, that he was essentially just in the first act, and then he's obviously there for the ending, but he's so amazing, and every scene that he's in, he just steals. He's so good. Sid Haig, so good. And Captain Spaulding is like such a cool character. I love that he's this fucked up clown. Essentially, it's just so awesome. And again, I love House of a Thousand Corpses mainly for Captain Spaulding because his work, his show in the first act is just so mesmerizing to watch. So obviously, then they get to the Firefly's house, right? Where they meet baby Firefly, the mom, Tiny, and all obviously Otis, portrayed amazingly by Bill Moseley. Bill Moseley is also amazing in this movie. The one thing that I don't like about him in this movie is like the white makeup they give him and those weird lenses, the eye lenses. I don't like that at all, and I am glad that for the sequel, The Devil's Rejects, they actually got rid of those those eye lenses because they looked weird, and also that for the sequel they removed the white makeup. But still, Bill Moseley here. Bill Moseley is obviously a legend. He's Chop Chop from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, but here as Otis, he's absolutely amazing. And again, he's so effed up, He's just so weird. But yeah, also I want to shout out Sherry Moon Zombie, portraying baby Firefly here. And again, I know that some people hate Sherry Moon Zombie's performance here as baby Firefly, that it's just way too annoying, but at least in my opinion, it's supposed to be annoying, and it is so annoying. But again, I think Sherry Moon Zombie is really good in this movie. Also, I love the way the house looks. It is just so crazy. It is obviously heavily Texas Chainsaw Massacre inspired, but it has its own identity. I'd say that the identity of this movie is comparable to something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is basically not like a full-on comedy, but it definitely, doesn't afraid to be funny. So this movie is funny. Like, this movie is goofy at times, but at the same time, it's at some points it's really serious, it's really scary, and it's really bloody. And sometimes it has some really cool gore moments to it. Also, it feels like that Rob Zombie, because this was his first feature film, he had a lot of ideas and he wanted to show off a lot of things, right? So in the first act, you get Captain Spaulding and his creepy museum, and obviously get his gas station and fried chicken. Then you get the creepy Texas Chainsaw Massacre inspired house with the whole Firefly family. Then, all these underground section towards the end of the movie. Then obviously the whole Dr. Satan thing with like this weird, almost robotic looking guy that has this weird laboratory. It is just like, there's so much stuff in this movie. And this movie is like barely 90 minutes long, But he just has so many ideas to show off that, it is definitely entertaining. Now, obviously, another thing that some people hate are the transitions that were shot, essentially in his backyard, after filming, because this wasn't supposed to be originally in the movie, those weird mid-scenes transitions. But I actually like him. I have nothing against them. I think it gives the movie this nice, gritty grindhouse vibe that's actually really cool, and I really do like it. So yeah, House of a Thousand Corpses is a really damn cool movie, and again, I remember that as a kid, when I saw some of those scenes, for example, the scene where Dwight from The Office gets turned into this weird fish guy. So disgusting, but it is so cool. Again, there are just so many cool moments in this movie, and Captain Spaulding is like the MVP of this movie. He's that good, and Sid Haig is amazing in this movie. I love the atmosphere, the lighting, everything about this movie is just so cool. I really do like this movie. I really, really do. And looking back at it, remembering that I was like so afraid, and then 5-6 years later, when I was like 15, 16, rewatched the movie, I was like, okay, this movie is fucking amazing, And now I just really do appreciate House of a Thousand Corpses for what it is. And I think that I might do a video about The Devil's Rejects. I might do a video about Three from Hell, because I want to talk about these movies because I really do like them. But this was House of a Thousand Corpses. And that's it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care and bye.